What's up, world? Thank you for tuning in. This is Copper Color Tie. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to do a brief little video about being black does not necessarily mean being African. All right? Listen closely. Being black does not necessarily mean being African. Let's go. All right, so the first thing we need to understand, we melanated people need to understand, is that so-called black and African American, those terminologies are not our authentic names, okay? All right, those are false names, false classifications that they federally recognize, okay? All right, so black and African American are not your authentic names, to my melanated brothers and sisters out there. Okay, so you are not authentically or originally called a black man, a black woman, an African American man, an African American woman. Okay, all right. The origins of a melanated person, those are not the names. All right, those are names that foreign people that are trying to keep you away from knowing your authentic name, knowing your authentic ethnicity. All right, though a black and African American those are names that were created by individuals that did not want you to know your authentic name. No, they did not want you to know your authentic ethnicity. All right, and it's very important to know who you are. Okay, it is very important to know who you are and know your history. Now listen closely. This right here, what I'm getting ready to read, will break down exactly what I want you to understand. There are 2 points we would make in response. Firstly, being black does not necessarily mean being African, because indigenous black people are presently found in places outside of Africa. It is basic human geography that for some reason has not made its way into mainstream thinking. The further back in history one goes, the more places one finds outside Africa with black populations. That is because indigenous populations everywhere were once black. It is the consequence of an African origin. For this reason, where we have evidence of a black connection, but no direct evidence of an African connection, we will describe the subject as having African type ancestry rather than African ancestry. So the copper colored melanated people in America, they have African connection, meaning we may have did business or traded with Africans, but as far as having African ancestry, no. That's why they said they will describe the subject as having African type ancestry rather than African ancestry. Okay, because we had 2 different origins or ethnicities. So even though we shared some of the same features, we shared some of the same similarities, we still knew we were different people. All right, we knew we were not the same people. Yes, some of our skin complexions may have been similar. Some of our facial features may have been similar, but at the end of the day, we knew we were different people. We knew we were Aborigines from America, and they knew they were Aborigines from Africa, period. And the scholars, the big time scientists the archaeologists, they know that they have found human remains or skeleton remains, and they from thousands of years ago, and they were melanated people, but they're not going to tell you that they have found those remains in America. They want you to believe that all black people, so-called black people, all melanated people come from Africa, which is totally not true. That's why it says it is basic human geography that for some reason has not made its way into mainstream thinking. The education system not going to tell you the truth. The news media not going to tell you the truth. They do not have your best interest at heart. No, they are not going to tell you the further back in history one goes, the more places one finds outside Africa with black populations. They are also not going to tell you that is because indigenous populations everywhere were once black. They still are. They just are not telling us. We have to unite and teach and educate each other. Even Michael Jackson was trying to tell us, hey, they are lying in our history books. It's important to know your history. Listen.
did that happen? This has got to stop. It's got to stop. That's why I'm here with the best to make sure it stops.
All right, so I'm going to play another video. Listen to this Caucasian lady as she comes out and actually speaks the truth. This is exactly why Michael Jackson said it's important to know your history. They are lying in our history books. But listen to this Caucasian lady. I was not expecting her to come out and tell the truth. So here it is.
White people, why do y'all think that y'all people are from America? Like, y'all not. I know the white tears and white fragility will be hard on this one again, but I'm still going to say it anyway. White people, my fellow snowflakes, I have some news for you guys. We are never indigenous anywhere in the world. We did not come from one particular country, and we are not native to one particular country, not anywhere in the world. And I know y'all be coming at me like, well, we are Europeans, blah, 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 blah. I'm just going to say one single sentence. The deeper you dig, the blacker humanity gets globally. White people are a genetic mutation of the black woman. You can look that up. It is what it is. You're welcome.
I'm not a part of the Muslim or Islam community, but what Elijah Muhammad said is very true. Everywhere others have traveled the earth, they have discovered that black people have already been there.